Yo, what's happening, everybody? Boy Melly Mel back with another video, looking extra yellow because of the lighting inside of my room. But whatever. Fuck it. We'll just do this shit live. Um, the topic I was going to go on today is actually something I've been thinking this past week because it has a lot to do with myself. When I think about it. Uh, Topic is more or less loving yourself, respectively, not conceitedly like some people want to. Like, you want to love themselves too damn much. Fucking, I'm too sexy for my shirt type of motherfuckers. That's not what I'm talking. That's not the type of love I'm talking about. I'm just saying a healthy respect about yourself, a healthy perspective of yourself. I mean, not completely hating or disregard any good things or bad things about yourself. Uh, because that's a problem I've had, actually. After thinking, I'm trying to change that. I am going to change that. But, I would just go around and put myself down. I would say I'm not worth shit. Don't give a fuck about myself one way or the other. There's no real purpose for me besides me taking care of my mom and my friends or whatever, and whatever happens to me just happens. Fuck it, because I don't care about myself. I don't care what happens to me. The only reason I care is because of the people around me. But I realized that after just a few events in my life, I realized, oh, and a lot of thinking, I realized that is not a healthy perspective to have about yourself. Because if you don't care about shit, but you want shit, you ain't gonna really get shit. If you do get shit, it's because of blessing or because other people care about you. If you don't care about yourself, your drive to want to do something, like everybody wants to do something, everybody wants to be happy in some way, but for the person that doesn't care about themselves, they'll want to do it, but they won't have no real motivation to do anything. They won't have that motivation or drive to push for anything because then they just don't care. They don't care about what happens to them. They're just like, fuck it, let me give it a try. I mean, sometimes that could work for people, but for the most part, it's just not going to work out that way. And, me personally, I've had a lot of people just come up to me, tell me what a good person I am, how sweet I am, how all this other stuff, and I'm like, thank you. I'm glad you think so, but you know, I'm glad I can be a nice person to you. I'm glad I try to be sweet because I do. I try to be, but I still didn't feel like I was worth anything. Despite what they may say, I did not feel like I was worth anything. Like, the compliments were appreciated. They were deeply appreciated, but I didn't make me feel worth anything. I didn't have no self-worth. And then it got me to thinking because people tell me I am worth something. I am something to be valued as a person in their eyes. And I just wasn't seeing it, and I said, no, I'm not. But then again, I was just thinking, how can people see something in me that I can't? And the reason is because I didn't want to. I didn't want to see any value in me because I was holding on to all the bad experience in my life that told me that I wasn't of any value. So I had to step out of my own shoes and put myself in their perspective and look at myself. Look at the things that I would do for people, the things I would say to people, the type of advice I would give out, the actions that I take just to make sure people are happy. And funny enough, I see people that are just like me doing that same shit, and I tell them, despite how I may look at myself, I tell them how valuable of a person they are, and they act just like me, but I can't see that about myself. Stupid, right? You see a mirror image of yourself and be like, you're great, but then you turn around and look at yourself and like, you're not, but you are the same thing. I mean, if you are a type of person out there that doesn't see any value in yourself, but you got millions of people around you that sees the value and the type of person you are, then you really need to look at their perspective. And I'm sure a lot of you have people out there that share the same qualities you do, and you're like, man, you're a great person. But you don't feel that way about yourself. And in the end, I can spot a good person from anywhere. I can feel the vibes of a good person and know it, but they wouldn't know it about themselves. They wouldn't know that they were worthwhile, that they were worth living for, that they were worth knowing. And, that type of shit breaks my heart, because I got best friends that I deeply care about and deeply love that, I want them to see the greatness that they really are, because I see it. I talk to them because of it. And they talk to me because of it too, because I'm just like them. So, you know what? I'm changing my perspective just so I can be an example. My values will remain the same, but my outlook on myself will change. I'm here, going on video, going on log. I am a person worth living for. I am worth something. And I am going to do something with my life. I mean, people don't like me. I don't give a shit, because it only matters how I feel about myself. I am the type of person that people see me as. A good person who's worth living for. Or not nobody living for me, but I am a good person. And I do got something to live for besides just other people. And I hope anybody who feels the same way, that is in the same position I was in, can see that for themselves, because more than likely, if you got people around you saying how great of a person you are, how appreciative they are because you're in their life, more than likely, you are worth living for. You have something to live for. You are something to be valued, because it's rare to find good people in this world, or at least in the world that I see around me. I still got to get out and spread my wings, but I just want everybody who doesn't feel like they're worth anything to take a look from outside perspectives, from the people looking in, from the people that know you, and take a look and try to see what they see. Then after they're done doing that, I want them to walk in front of a mirror and look at themselves and think about every action they take, everything they do to be a nice person. Think about every kind thing that they would do. And I want you guys to look in the mirror that feel that way and tell yourself, I'm not worth living for. After thinking about all those things that you have done for people, that people have said about you, all them good things that people feel about you, I want you to look in the mirror, think about all that, all the actions you do, and say that you're not worth living for, because that would be a bunch of bullshit. I will go on record in saying that if you have people like that in your life that really value you, you are something to be valued, and you really need to start valuing yourself. And I let my friends know that every day. Because the ones that I say that to, they know I know there's something to be valued. Even though they may not think that themselves. I know it. And I hope one day they will see it for themselves. But for now, this is the conclusion of this long-ass video. It's your boy Melly Mel signing out. I will see you guys later.